Insane! 10 real-life human giants that really existed. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a giant? To tower over everyone else and see the world from a different perspective? Throughout history, there have been cases of human beings who grew to extraordinary heights, sometimes reaching over 8 feet tall. These are not mythical creatures or legends, but real people who lived and breathed on this planet. In this video, we will explore 10 of the most amazing human giants that ever existed, and learn about their lives, their challenges, and their achievements. Let's begin our journey in the world of giants. 10. FYODOR MAKHNOV. Imagine being so tall that you could see over the roofs of houses, and that your boots were big enough for children to play inside. This was the life of FYODOR MAKHNOV, a real human giant who was born in 1878 in a place called Belarus. He started growing rapidly when he was only 8 years old, and by the time he was 14, he was already taller than most adults. He joined the circus and amazed people with his incredible height, which reached about 8 feet 2 inches. He also had a huge appetite, eating more food in one day than some people eat in a week. He married a woman who was much shorter than him, but they loved each other dearly and had 4 children. He refused to let scientists study his body after his death, fearing they might harm him. He was a remarkable man who lived a remarkable life. 9. Adam Rainer. How would you feel if you went from being too short to join the army to being one of the tallest people in the world? That's what happened to Adam Rainer, an Austrian man who was born in 1899. He was only 4 feet 6 inches when he tried to enlist in World War I, but he was rejected for his height. He didn't give up though. He kept growing until he reached 4'8" at 19. But then something incredible happened. He started a massive growth spurt that lasted for years, making him a giant of 7 feet 1 inch by the age of 31. But his amazing transformation came with a price. He suffered from health problems that affected his spine, face, eyes, and ears. He tried to stop his growth with surgery, but it didn't work completely. He ended up being 7 feet 8 inches when he died at 51, bedridden and disabled. His life was a roller coaster of highs and lows, a rare case of human growth that defies explanation. 8. Anna Haining Bates. Anna Haining Bates was born in 1846 and grew to be 7 feet 6 inches and 350 pounds. She was a normal child until she was 5, then she started growing fast. She joined show business at 16 and traveled the world with her height. She survived a fire in a museum where she was trapped by her size. She married another giant, Martin Van Buren Bates, and they lived in a big house. They had 2 huge babies, but they died soon. Anna Bates died at 41. She was a woman who lived an extraordinary life. 7. Chang Yu-sing. Zhang Xinchai was a man who was very tall and very adventurous. He was born in China in the 1840s and grew to be 236 inches tall. He worked for the emperor, but he decided to travel to England for a short visit. He ended up staying there for 2 years, where he became a popular attraction. People paid money to see him and his dwarf friend. Zhang also traveled around Europe and joined P.T. Barnum's circus. He amazed the audiences and attracted many women. He was often asked if he was married, but he never answered. He died in 1893 and had a simple funeral with 50 friends. His coffin was 2.6 meters, 8.5 feet long. He had a very unique life. 6. Joseph Edouard BEAUPRE. Joseph Edouard BEAUPRE was a man who grew to an amazing height. He was born in 1881 in Saskatchewan and started growing fast when he was young. He was 216 inches tall at 17 and could lift a horse. He grew to 251 inches tall at 23 and wore size 22 shoes. He tried to be a cowboy, but he was too big for the horses. He joined a circus, but he had health problems and died in 1904. His body was not buried, but shown and left behind. His family found him in 1970 and asked for his body back. He was cremated in 1989 after 85 years of waiting. He had a very unusual life. 5. Patrick Cotter O'Brien. Patrick Cotter was a giant among men. Born in Ireland in 1760, he grew to be 246 inches tall, the tallest of his time. He worked as a bricklayer, reaching roofs with ease, and then became a showman, calling himself O'Brien after ancient kings. He traveled in a custom-made carriage, once scaring off a robber with its huge size. He died at 46 in 1806, leaving behind a towering legacy. 4. Arthur CALEY. Arthur CALEY's life was a remarkable adventure of growth and mystery. He was born in 1824 on the Isle of Man, where he was a normal-sized boy until his late teens. Then he started to grow rapidly, reaching a stunning height of 241 inches and a weight of 178 kilograms, 392 pounds. He became known as the Mannix Giant, and unlike most giants, he was not skinny but broad and muscular. He showed off his size and strength in exhibitions in Manchester, London, and Paris, where he amazed the crowds. But then he suddenly disappeared from the public eye. Some people thought he had died. Arthur CALEY was not dead. He was gone to the US, where he joined P.T. Barnum's circus as Colonel Roth Goshen, the Arabian Giant. He hid his real identity and origin from everyone, even his wife and children. He lived as an American giant until he passed away in 1889, leaving behind a story of incredible growth, global travel, and a secret that was only revealed after his death. 3. Robert WADLOW. Robert WADLOW was a man who grew to an amazing height. He was born in 1918 and started growing fast when he was 5. He was taller than his father when he was 8. He joined the Boy Scouts when he was 13, but he needed special clothes and equipment. He became famous as the tallest teenager when he was 17. He joined the circus in 1936 and ate a lot of food every day. He had trouble walking and needed braces and a stick. He kept growing until he died in 1940 from an infection caused by a bad brace. He was 272 tall and had very big hands and feet. He was the tallest person ever recorded in history. 2. Angus MACASKIL. Angus MACASKIL was a man of amazing size and strength. He was born in 1825 on a Scottish island, where he survived despite being very small at birth. He grew to be 236 inches tall, the tallest true giant ever recorded by Guinness World Records. He had a huge chest, feet, palms, and shoulders, and he weighed 227 kilograms, 500 pounds. He could lift very heavy things, like a ship's anchor or 2 barrels, and he could hold weight with just 2 fingers for a long time. He was so strong that he scared off a wrestler with his handshake. He joined the circus in 1849 and traveled around the world, showing off his size and strength. He retired and became a store owner and a real estate investor. He died in 1863 from a brain fever, ending an extraordinary life. 1. Bernard COYNE. Bernard COYNE was a man of incredible height and mystery. He was born in 1897 in Iowa, where he grew to be over 244 centimeters, 8 feet, tall. He had a rare condition that made him grow so much that it also shortened his life. He died at 23 in 1921. Bernard COYNE was not just a giant, he was also a person with feelings and dreams. He did not like to be shown as curious, so he chose a quiet life. He had trouble finding clothes and shoes to fit him, and he could not join the army because of his height. He faced many challenges and hardships, but he also had joy and hope. These are some of the real human giants that really existed. They were remarkable people who faced many challenges and opportunities because of their extraordinary size and strength. They left behind a legacy of wonder and curiosity, as well as some records that have not been broken yet. What do you think about these human giants? Do you know any other stories of people who were exceptionally tall or big? How do you think their lives were different from ours? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And if you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. Thank you for watching.